Oh, there we go. Yeah, of course, the mic was muted. Yep, off to a great start. So I'll say again. Hey everyone, how you doing? Yeah, off to a great start. Off to a great start. At least I got my coffee. At least I got my coffee. It's nice mug. Where can I get one? I guess you know, when Halloween comes around, look at your local Halloween shop because I think I got this specifically. It was either at a Halloween shop or at maybe the grocery store or something when Halloween came around. And honestly, I like drinking out of this thing. It's great. Will Donovan be joining us today? No, he won't. Again, this was. I'll get it. I'll get into it, but this is kind of just a random, like, you know what? Hell with it. I'll just do it. Type of stream. Damn. Let's see here. Yeah, looks like everyone can hear me now. So that is good. Oh, there you are, sweet upon. Yeah, glad you're here because I might be getting to one of your commissions today. So, yeah. Let's see, how's it going with the Irma game? So, I can't get fully into that right now, but I will say we are we are very close to actually being done. We're much closer to being done with it than you might think. So. We're basically, without getting too into the nitty-gritty details and stuff, we're, in terms of assets and everything, we're almost done. Like, we're almost done, like, basically, like, refining and, like, yeah, and even refining and, like, how do I say it? Like, just, like, polishing up and fixing up any last-minute things. And even then, like, once we get to the testing process, then we might find something that, we might want to fix real quick before getting into this, so. Cartoon Buds, don't remind me. Don't remind me. So, let's see. Sorry, I'm just making sure that I get this set up and everything. I figured, like, yeah, chat a little bit right before we get into things. Let me actually just make sure that I got my references up and everything. By the way, for those who don't know, like, when I'm looking at like, you guys, specifically the chat and everything, you know what, hang on. This is what I see. Nope, not that one. That one. So, it's like a little delayed. So I'm seeing what I was doing, and it's just like, oh, oof. I'm a little embarrassed to be on this in front of the camera, but yeah, whatever. So, but speaking of that screen, so I'm gonna move everything over here real quick. Here. So, basically, this is what I'm working with right now. So most of these, so these are all the March sketch commissions, and most of them are done. I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 of these left, and then I'll get. Actually, no, not just that. I need to do the inked commissions also. So there's a lot. There's a lot on the table right now. But you know, I did. You know, it's an on me type of thing. I did this to myself. So yeah, will there be voice acting for the Armor game? No. There will be like sound effects and everything, but voice acting, no. Let's see here. So, I think the first one of these here. Let me do this real quick. The first one of these I'm gonna do is this one because out of all these, well, this one and this one seem the simplest ones to start with. But you know, you guys want to see some Irma stuff, want to see Irma and everything. So yeah, so I think it's this one. It's have this person's OC. Here, I'm gonna go back over here just to hide any details. So let's see. This one is yes. So it's basically the person's OC playing with Irma with dolls and everything. So let's. I'm gonna go down here. That. How long does the comm usually take? It depends on what is on the comm, but I want to say around an hour or two, maybe. Although I'm gonna try to start speeding these up because of all of the commissions that I got. Which, by the way, thank you very much for anyone who did chime in for that 1 week before. For that 1 week where I just opened the slots. I'm gonna drink my coffee again. I'm gonna try drinking all my coffee before it gets cold. But again, is the voice volume a little low? Here, let me check real quick. Here, let me turn the music down a little bit and turn the voice volume up. Let me know if that's better. All right. Will you ever do a tour of your studio? I mean, it's pretty. I'm not gonna lie, because the studio is also my bedroom. It's kind of a mess, but if I get around to it, I'm gonna have to clean up a bit before before showing anything, and also hide any incriminating evidence or incriminating. The joke is ruined. Whatever. Let's see. Alright. Mic problems, your weakness. Yeah, wasn't it one of the streams, in fact, I think it was the last commission stream, I was muted most of the time. Which was definitely not ideal. Alright, so I'm just gonna go through my settings real quick for the iPad and everything, and yeah, after that we'll just chill and just chat while I get some of these done. I definitely have my my Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order story too to go through while just to vent a little bit while we get through this. So let me make sure that the settings are good on the iPad. So yep, here we go. Boom, boom. Alright. Just be creative with the sculpture. Alright. I mean, because Sweet Pie, I'm not gonna lie. So I do thank you for like actually giving me some visual, like an actual visual concept of what you want this thing to look like. I'll likely just base it mainly off of what you gave me, but yeah. Hang on. Let me here. I'm gonna finish up my coffee real quick before we get started. Yep, coffee just got cold. So, all right. Any comps that made you interested in a series, or at least just curious about it? That is a good question, actually. Well, first, now, Lopez, you wouldn't be asking that because of your commission that you got recently, right? Because I know, because for those who don't know, I'm quite the Mega Man fan, but I have not touched Battle Network or Star Force because it's a little too RPG-ish for my liking, a little too Pokemon-ish for my liking. I know probably fans of both of those are probably get those comparisons all the time. Are really tired, but that's what I think. But that's what I immediately thought whenever seeing Battle Network. So, all right. Enough looking at this. Enough just looking at the screen. So, let's actually get into this page real quick. Get to there. Actually, this reminds me. There are a couple commissions I completed that I probably should post at some point, if they haven't been posted already. One of them being a Splatoon one. So, let me see here. Yeah, I think this will do. All right. And actually, since I'm basically going to be showing mainly using this screen, I'm going to turn off the light that I had on me. So there we go. Now I'm blinding light in front of my face. More than likely, but cartoon, but it's just, you know, I've gone. I just saying I went crazy with the Yuri has been might be an understatement. So I see a lot of Irma specific questions, and I'll try to answer. Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna answer some things, but not to great detail, mainly because tomorrow I'm going to be doing the top tier Patreon stream, where that's more of the, you know, diving deeper into the behind the scenes stuff. So, you know. All right, so it's going to be like this. Okay. Okay. So it was this. All right. So. So I'm gonna start with the body like this, and that. Okay. Start with a bean. Have a bean body over here. Is that Patreon stream still happening tomorrow? Yes, it is. It is going to be happening tomorrow. So okay, so So yeah, so that Patreon stream is happening tomorrow and everything. So why am I doing? So why am I suddenly doing tonight's stream? Well, I'll tell you what. Actually, um, mainly due to I've been kind of like, while I have technically been working on things, been kind of slacking on in the motivation department for a lot of things, for certain things. That basically includes the next arc coming up for Irma. We technically are still working on it, but like, just with everything that we've been doing lately, I was kind of losing some motivation just to like keep working and drawing on stuff. And unfortunately, that did include the commissions, which is basically why I am doing this stream right now, just to kind of like kick me in the ass, just to be like, come on, do it. Start drawing all the stuff that you promised. So, let me see here. Yeah, motivation can be a pain. So that's basically the reason why I decided to do this stream tonight. And I might actually, here's the thing, I keep saying this a lot, but I do think I should start doing more of these, like, you know, kind of chill and just talk about random stuff streams while I just draw stuff. However, yeah, just basically just chill art streams. However, it's okay to use the Irma. I would probably hold off on that, Blake Butler, because we do want to, like, actually, like, I don't know. I think we actually want to release this thing before, like, any of that and everything. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. And I know that's probably, like, rich coming from me just because it's taken so long, but I actually do mean it when I say we're actually much closer to finishing this thing than you might think. So, what's next for Irma? What's next is the next year of school. So, if I didn't talk about that before, that's basically the main idea of the next story arc, which is new school year. Let's see here. Any unfinished drawings? I'm assuming you're talking about the Terry one that I promised so long ago. Yep, you're talking about that one. I don't know. I don't see. Here we go. Here we go. I think it's because of the pressure and everything. I'm starting to lose it a bit, but no, I can't do that. I cannot do that, especially not live. But I don't know, because here's the thing. I'll get motivated to like do something, and then all of a sudden it's like the motivation's not there anymore, and I just want to move on to the next thing. Now that's not for everything, obviously, because you know, I want to eventually get this next story arc out. But you know, just it's one of those things. It's one of those things that artists always talk about online. And unfortunately, it's true. But that's art for you. Why not just post the unfinished artwork anyways? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, granted, that actually is a fair, like, you know, why don't you just do this? And it's like, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of my answers right now, just because of like how I'm not gonna lie, kind of exhausted I am and everything. It'll just be like I don't know. But yeah. About Tales of Outcast, basically, for Tales of Outcast specifically, uh, when we find, I feel like with Tales of Outcasts, because we were trying to do like another like a whole full season of it. It might be one of those things where it's like once we find like inspiration to just suddenly do it, to just do a random story that has nothing to do with Irma in it. Uh, we'll probably like just post it on Tales of Outcast. That's a lot of questions. Hang on. Okay, sad man. I can answer that one. What is your favorite color? Purple. My favorite color is purple. Have you watched the Devil May Cry anime? I have not. How? I mean, granted, I should probably just check it out for myself. But I don't know, for anyone who might have seen it in here, how was it? Because I've been hearing like very contrasting opinions of it. Not very good. Oh, well, the animation kind of looked nice. Do you go to any conventions? So I did. We've just been very busy, like working on our stuff, that it like kind of took priority over cons and everything. However, one of our fellow outcasts has moved out to Pittsburgh. Donovan has, or he's basically moved out east. I don't remember where he specifically said it was, but basically, we want to try to tackle some cons out in the east. Now, this is not an official announcement of us doing so, but we are gonna try to see if we can find some cons to go to in the east side. Watch Last of Us 2 season 2. No. I'm just not a Last of Us fan, so why would I want to watch it? Watch the Bendy cartoons. Are you talking about Bendy and the Ink Machine? I actually don't know. I actually don't know what. Okay. Was Irma's inspired by Samara or Sadako from the? I mean, I think that kind of goes without saying, doesn't it? Well, Irma was actually just inspired, and just in general, by that specific type of horror villain. So, it's like yes, but also, kind of overall, it was based on on that specific spiritual creature that the ring is based off. Oh, that's this is a lot. But let me see here. Is there any internet or indie horror that you like? There were like plenty of like YouTube series that I used to be into. I think either a lot of them were finished or either they finished up or just never got finished. But I still go around. I still scour to see if there's any like YouTube horror that I can get into. And as a matter of fact, there's this one that I am watching currently right now called I think it's called Briscoe Park. You ever do free commissions? No. No. Usually what I'll do is if I feel up to it, I'll just ask like, you know, like, hey, any suggestions on something, and then that's it. But free commissions, no. Actually, as a matter of fact, here's the thing. Again, I want to start doing more of these art streams. I was thinking of doing something in particular that could be fun. But you know, because I have, and also could probably help in the long run and everything, or just whatever. And I've seen some artists do this where it's like they'll like they schedule an art stream, but they'll also open up like basically a limited like very quick sketch commissions and everything, like very rough quick sketch commissions to do on the stream. So yeah, it's like stream sketches that'll be like that'll be like on stream and everything. So, and I think usually they're like around like $10 or so. So probably something kind of like what you're looking at right now, with a little bit, with a little more, with a little bit more, just whatever. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. Again, I'm in kind of a stage right now where it's just like, let's try this. Maybe, I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna make sure to get this down. There's actually a little bit of detail going on with this doll here. So. That's a lot of questions. A lot of questions. Let's see. Are Irma and Emiko the only Onryo in their universe, or are there others like them? I mean, there are others like them. Like, when if we introduce a vampire character, they're definitely not the only vampire in the world. How did you find the style that you draw in? Did it come naturally, or was it so? It kind of came just kind of naturally. Like, I obviously have my inspirations. I obviously have my inspirations and everything growing up, and when pursuing my art career and everything, and yeah, it kind of came mainly. Yeah, like naturally. So, and by the way, here's the funny thing. like when people do like ask certain questions of like how did you do this or this specific thing, or like how did you do this very specific thing, um, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, uh, where it's like I've been doing it for so long that once I'm faced with that question, I'm like, I just kind of do it. I don't know how to explain it actually. How old is Irma? 9, 10? 8. So in the Meet Irma book, we've said that she's 8 crows old and everything, but that book is pretty old by now. Currently, Irma is 9 years old. Yes. And we mainly want, and yeah, I believe that's what we're going with, and mainly want to stick to that because the main thing about the new school year and everything is something that we came to conclusion about and everything, which is we kind of want to start aging Irma a little bit. So eventually we kind of want to get her to 10 years old and then onward. This is probably saying wait. I'm probably speaking way too much about our plans right now, but that's basically, yeah. Yeah, Lopez. Hoodie equals older. She looks older now. Let's see here. When did Sam get so muscular? A lot earlier than you might think. A lot earlier than you might think. And the funny thing is, you might get your answer in the harvest. Which, yeah, that's another one that's like. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna do shoes for this. I'm just gonna do the socks. Hell with it. That's another thing that currently we're still working on, and we want to get that released at some point this year. It's been a long time. It's taken a long time, but yeah. Let's see. I like ketchup. Good for you, Gold Connor. I like chocolate. Irma in Oblivion. You know what? If someone wants a custom character, do a custom character of Emiko or whatever in Oblivion, then just make sure to tag me somewhere, so I can see it. But yeah, Elder Scrolls. Okay, so here's what's funny. So yesterday I was kind of starting a discussion of like me not really being into the old style of 3D Zelda games, because yeah, I'm one of those people who actually does really like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom gameplay wise. And thing is, I remember before Breath of the Wild came out, I always thought like I wanted a Zelda game should be like so open where like you could just go wherever, like truly. And I remember at the time there were some people that were like, well, just get Skyrim. But the thing is, like, I'm not into the Elder Scrolls aesthetic. There's a lot of times with games where it's like Like if I vibe with the aesthetic, it could carry a lot. It can carry a lot of the game for me. But that being said, though, again, if someone does want to do the custom, because that's a thing you do in those games, right? You do custom characters, and everything. You customize the character that you're playing as. Have you heard of Danganronpa? I have, but I have not. That's the one with the bear, right? There's like a black and white, weird looking bear and everything. I have not tried it yet. It's like a visual novel series, if I recall, right? Again, yeah. I'll say this: there's a lot of series outside of Nintendo that, if you ask me, have you played this? I'll probably be like, either no or maybe a little bit, but then I couldn't get into it. Put Irma in Dark Souls as a boss fight? Are you saying just draw her and then put the boss health bar over her or something like that? Over, under, where the hell do you put the where the hell do you put the health bar for these bosses and everything? Or are you talking about modding her into the game? Because if you're talking about modding, then I'm not a modder, so you got to go to someone else for that. All right, I think we're good. Here, you know what? I think we're good with the penciling, or at least with this rough pencil. So let's start getting into the main pencils. Draw maybe. Well, I'll say this: the next time I do open these back up, which might take a while, because again, when I originally opened the slots back up, it kind of was just like out of nowhere, just like randomly, because all right. So how many of you? I'm assuming a lot of you, if you've been following me on social medias and the socials and everything, how many of you were aware of like the Elephant Daisy epidemic going around? Because so for those who aren't aware, which I'm pretty sure most of you guys were, if you follow me, but for those unaware, a YouTuber named Zach Scott, I believe, just started commissioning artists to basically who had drawn pieces of Princess Daisy, and basically he commissioned them to redraw those pieces, but with Elephant Daisy. So he kept doing that, and every artist on the block basically found out. So they kept posting or start drawing pictures of Daisy at the slightest chance they can get commissioned by this guy. Because why not? And eventually I croaked and I tried. Oh, I tried. And he never came. However, someone else was brave enough to do it. And yeah, got the commission, and yeah. But basically, when I kept posting like Daisy art, I secretly opened up I secretly opened the slots back up until eventually I was like, you know what, screw it. Let's not make this be a secret anymore. like, hey everyone, if you want something now, I'm gonna open this thing for basically this whole week. Because not only was I doing this, you know, just so we can have some more money in the bank and stuff for both just the company and just myself and everything. Okay, let's not fret here because even Gator, even Donovan / Gator knew exactly why I was doing this. It was to get the Switch 2. And again, I do thank everyone for contributing and getting those commissions and everything. And again, like I said originally online, but just in case you didn't see the thread and everything, these do take time. These do take time, so, you know, when I do update and everything, because not just because there's so many of them I gotta get through now, but also because, you know, either Outcast stuff or life things in general, but I will make sure to get these done, like I'm currently doing right now. But yeah, actually, and speaking of the Switch 2, let's see. Yeah, speaking of the Switch 2, yeah, so Thursday night was quite the experience. It was, oh my god, it was such a cluster. It was such a cluster that, man, because again, because even Gator knew the main reason why I opened those commissions back up was to get this thing. Like, of course, you know, the extra money after that goes into the company and everything like that. However, the most important thing for me was to get that goddamn system, to get my Mario fix. So yeah, when the time came, when the pre-orders were supposed to be open, yeah, once the store pages quote unquote opened, let's see, Best Buy kept being like, coming soon. It's like, what do you mean coming soon? You're supposed to open now. You're supposed to open these pages now. And this is my experience. I don't know what everyone else's experiences were. And Target immediately crashed, but Walmart immediately put me in a line, which I didn't even know that was a thing, like to put someone in line to get an order. But yeah. But yeah, so, and plus, by the way, I tried signing up to all of these guys, to all of these stores and everything, just to make damn sure I was able to get this thing. And in the end, well, I'll say this. So the first one that looked like I was gonna get it was Target, because it eventually just barely opened back up, and it was like, all right, go ahead. So I tried to add it to the cart. I go to the cart. It starts flashing errors on my screen. But I was like, hell with it. Order it now. And yeah, I went through everything, and when I tried pressing the order button, it just kept flashing error. And I was just like, please, just let me have it. Let me have it, please. And eventually, come to find out, yeah, that stuff was sold out. Again, Best Buy was just not functioning at all. It just didn't want to budge. And eventually, but here's the thing though, Walmart came in clutch. Eventually, and I probably should not have doubted Walmart, because the funny thing is, I remember like when a couple certain like Amiibo came out, that Walmart was basically the only store that left that had the Amiibo available. I believe it was like the Off the Hook Splatoon Amiibo. But yeah, uh, but yeah, Walmart came in clutch. But even then, when because basically how it worked was that once it let me in to order, it was like, all right, you got 10 minutes to get this thing, go. And it's like, it's like, oh crap, they're lighting a fire in my ass. All right, so, uh, so when I started checking out, they had me like, okay, now type in your address. Okay, type. It's like, it's like, hang on, let me do this. It's like, type, like that. And then, what was it? Am I still seeing them? Yep. Okay. And eventually, everything was good. All right. Order. Can I steal your comic books? No, you cannot. I'll hunt you down and fillet you if you do. But thank you for asking. Um, so, it's like, okay, got all the card information, everything. Boom. Go. Order. It's stalling because it's like, put the 3 digits, put those 3 digits from your card on the back into here. It's like, oh god, please. And then it kept stalling. We're not recognizing this thing. Why are you not recognizing it? I get a text from my bank, like, it's a fraud alert. They're checking to make sure that it's me suddenly spending $500. And Brad, yeah, I texted back yes, but I was like, yes, it's me. Like, I'm telling you guys right now, you either would have pitied me or been laughing your asses off at me at the desperation. I was like, yes, it's me. Let me in. Let me have it. And after all that, finally, yep, the magic number's on the back of the car. But yeah, after all that, finally, I got it. And even then, I'm like, right now, I'm still checking to make sure it's still in there, that it's still great. It's still like, that they don't cancel this thing on me. So far, they have not. And granted, it's one of these things where it's like, well, like the transaction went through, right? Yes, it did. It went through. Everything. Hey, the deal has been sealed. Everything. But still. But I'm basically at a point where it's like, until this thing is in my hands, I'm on edge. And yeah. Plankton, I will hunt your ass down if you try it. I will. Plankton, if you try coming near my Switch 2. Hang on. Damn it. If you try coming near my Switch 2. You hear that? Try it. Anyway. Yeah, so how's the stream? Me threatening the audience while, for a video game console. But yeah, it was utter hell. It was the stream is not for children, so whatever. It was a clusterfuck, but yeah, I got it. So, and I even made sure to get a Pro controller because if I'm gonna do this, I might as well go out swinging, right? What do I think of the Epic Universe? That's the stuff going on at Universal, right? I did look into some of it, mainly the Universal. Mainly the classic Monsters and Nintendo stuff. It looks cool. you know, I do want to go to Nintendo World someday. So for me, because that's the thing, me and my buddy want to go to Universal for the Nintendo World, but I also basically tell him like, you know, good thing they have the classic monsters stuff too, because I know another place we can go to besides the Nintendo stuff. The career path on Bluff, the commissions and everything. Well, that's good to hear. Irma will personally hand you your Switch to Emiko will yeet Plank too. Yes, please. Please do. What does Osamu think of Haru and Kenji? He does not care about them at all. And it's one of these things where it's like, you mean like he doesn't care for them or anything? It's like, he just doesn't care. It's like, no, he just doesn't care. They're like he's basically like, at the point he is now with his daughters and stuff, he's just like, you're a lost cause. If you're dating this, you're a lost cause. So, for the most part, Fumiko is still useful to him. So. All right. Bam, bam. But yeah. After that whole fiasco, I then what was it? The next day, just for the hell of it, I did eventually go see Sinners, which that was an experience that I want to go see it again, and this is a kind of a rarity too, for me with movies, like specifically the theaters, because. You know, I'm one of those people that like would just prefer to just watch it at home. If I hear the movie's just okay, for the most part, I'll just be like, all right, I'll just wait for it, or you know, it's like, you know, the movie has to be very promising to me for me to want to go see it, and I kept hearing nothing but praise for Sinners, so yeah, yesterday I went to go see it, and it was so good. So damn good. I am still listening to the soundtrack right now as I work on stuff. Let's see. I like the theaters, but I've been in awful crowds. I mean, look at the micro. I don't want to deal with that. I mean, yeah. Which is funny because, like, again, the experience that I had in the so, all right. So there's a I used to go. I usually go to this one Marcus theater that's like right near my area, and lately with that theater, I've been having some pretty like not enough to like ruin the movie experience per se, but it started adding up. If you catch my drift, if you get what I mean, it started adding up, and eventually I was just like, I don't know if I want to go back to this theater. Yeah, because what was it? So when I went to go see Nosferatu, yeah, for the most part, like it was good. Yeah, it was pretty good, pretty solid experience, right up until this lady, who was behind me. she answered her phone in the theater, and literally she didn't go she didn't she didn't leave to go answer the phone. She didn't just silence the phone and that was it. She just she just answered it just in the middle of the theater, just like, hey, hello, yeah, I'm here. I was like, ooh, I was like, lady, ooh, lady. Like, if she went on any longer, I might have actually turned around and grabbed her phone. Maybe chuck that shit into the trash can. Maybe not that, but still, it was so disrespectful. And then, what was it? Oh yeah, Sonic 3. So, again, for the most part, I did enjoy my experience going to the movie, except one specific thing. So this family comes in, and they're sitting pretty close to where I'm at, and this lady who obviously got dragged to go see this, she wanted everyone to know she didn't give a rat's ass about this cartoon ass hedgehog movie. So she had a tablet with her, and she's just watching a game as like the movie's playing. And here's the thing, I just recovered from being sick, so here's the thing. So basically what I just did was I just moved to the next row up. No headphones, and yeah, it was stupid. So I just moved one row up, because I just recovered from a sickness, so I didn't have enough energy. If I did have enough energy, I would have actually reached over and just turned that damn tablet off. Just because for me it's like, all right, so you clearly got dragged here to go see this. Go take your because what was it? Because the theater has a bar. And if I did have enough energy, I would have been like, take your ass to the bar, and just sit there and watch your game. Like, what are you doing, lady? But again. So yeah. And then after that, again, this is all in this one Marcus Theater. And eventually, there was the Looney Tunes, the Day the Earth Blew Up fiasco, which for those who didn't see, so I went to go see the movie, Looney Tunes, the Day the Earth Blew Up. You know the movie that Warner Brothers has been trying to throw under the rug because they hate Looney Tunes for some reason. And what was it? So I get to the theater, I sit down, and I notice that the screen is not turned on. But I kind of figure, like, okay, maybe like once the movie starts, like once the time comes, they'll turn the screen on, and then boom. The time for the movie has started. The screen has not turned on. And eventually, and by the way, there was a pretty sizable amount of people that were at this theater. So that's the thing. The like no one was in there excuse will not work. So eventually, a lady who was like quite a few rows down from where I was eventually left the theater to go talk to the staff. So once she did, the screen was turned on. So, and it was still in the middle of trailers, but there was no audio. So the lady got back up to talk to the staff again. Now there's audio, and once the movie started, the lights were not dimming. And one more visit from the lady, like one more visit from the lady, and the lights finally dim. Now, the thing is, when the movie was over, I was kind of pretty tired, so I just left. So I don't know if anyone got chewed out, and look, I try not to be one of those people that's like, that tries to like yell at, clerks who are probably underpaid and everything to be working at this place. But at the same time, though, it's like, guys, come on, this is like the bare minimum that you have to do. It was just crazy. The movie was good. But still, it was like, guys, come on. So, but yeah. So this time when I went to go see Sinners, I just decided to go to a different theater, and I'm kind of glad I did because the theater was a lot classier than I thought it was. Like, it's one of those theaters that where servants can actually come in and serve you food. So that's something for me, that's something to think about next time I go see a movie in the theater. It's like, all right, I'll probably go to this place then, because that sounds, like, it was a much better experience despite the fact that someone took their baby to go to the theater during the horror movie, which, granted, look, I already discussed this online and everything. I know there's the joke of, like, start them early, but, not that early, please. Not that early. Surprisingly, though, the kid didn't cry at all. Like, it made some noise, but that was it. So, I don't know, maybe the baby just didn't, oh wait, I just realized I screwed up here. So maybe the baby just couldn't process everything that was happening. But yeah, okay, I messed up. Hang on. I messed up on this doll right here. Hang on, let me fix this here. Tell us about the harvest. I mean, I already kind of did. Okay, so if I didn't, then Harvest is one of the big main projects that we're trying to finish up. Again, I cannot have any particular dates just yet, and also, again, there's plenty of stuff about the projects and everything that I'm saving for the patrons, for the top tier patron stream, because again, if you're a top tier patron, if you show up to these streams, I usually go in much more in depth, the most in depth I possibly can, hopefully, with the behind the scenes stuff. So yeah. So let's see over here. Alright, yeah, I was supposed to do this. Yeah, because this is the type of hair that this thing has. Alright. Gonna get Doom the Dark Ages? Oh, hell yeah, I'm gonna get that. That's like one of the only other, like, non-Nintendo franchises, like, non-Nintendo, non-indie game, like, titles that I will get. It's like, new Doom game? Oh, hell yeah. I'm going for that. Alright, here we go. Here we go. I hope that game comes to the Switch too. It probably will. It probably will. I mean, here's the thing. There's a lot of games coming to the Switch too that is like yeah, it's like, yeah, okay, that definitely would never come to the Switch One. If it did, it would have to be like a what was it? Those live versions, those stream versions, those online versions of those games where it's like you need internet to run this thing, and even then, come on. So, yeah. Also, I think the GameCube library is gonna be out at the same time as the launch. So yeah, while I'm playing Mario Kart, I'll probably try to give Wind Waker a chance. Because yeah, with all that Zelda discussion and everything, I have not played Wind Waker yet. It was Wind Waker and Skyward Sword. So, what are we drawing? We're drawing one of the commissions. Again, this is a commission stream, so I'm drawing one of the commissions. This is someone's OC playing with Irma. So, yeah. Let's see here. All right. So since this already took an hour, I'm going to see if I can at least finish this one up. Actually, they're pretty big. Whatever. I'm going to see. I'm going to probably try to finish this up, like put the flat colors on and everything, and then that's when I'll end the stream. Man, I was only able to get one of these done. I am slacking. But then again, I'm trying to also read chat and everything, so it's your guys' fault, even though I literally decided to do a live stream. So I have myself to blame. All right, boom, boom. First stream? I mean, no, I've done other streams before. You need to lock in? I'm trying, man. I'm trying to lock in. I'm trying, man. That's all I can do is try. Screw you, Yoda. There is try. None of that do or do not shit. Imagine Irma going up against Megan. You know, it's been a while since I saw Megan. Would she even go up against her? I mean, I guess. I don't know. By the way, I only saw that movie because, you know, close friends of mine kept egging me on to watch it. And when I finally watched it, it was like, oh, it's because there's a character with my name in it that has my name. And it's the spoiled rich kid, if I recall. And by the way, I was watching the PG-13 version of this movie, so yeah, I was like, could you at the very least give me a good gory death? No? Alright. And even with the unrated version, it was like, not violent. Not violent enough for me. Give me a more violent movie death than this, Megan. I will be a snob. Alright, boom, boom. I see you guys co-conspiring to steal my Switch too. Don't think you can't have it. You can't have it. Han Solo from Star Trek? No. What are you talking about? He ain't from Star Trek. He's from Lord of the Rings. You don't even know where I live? Oh, well, that's easy. It's one to get the hell off my lawn street. Anyway, uh, what do you think of Amphibia? I don't know if I've finished it, but I remember enjoying it. Like I thought it was okay with the first season, but then like when the second season happened, it was like, oh damn, I'm actually really enjoying this. All right, I think I'm good with this. I know this is supposed to be a sketch, so I probably shouldn't worry too much about like finer details, but also uh, the less thicker lines up here are bugging me. So yeah, this is one of these things where it's like I start becoming a little bit of a perfectionist and everything, but then also for this, it's like, dude, these are sketches. You don't have to be super fancy with them. So, have you played Little Nightmares? No, but I do have it on my Switch. So, just another game in the dreaded backlog to get to. Have you ever watched Hazbin Hotel or Hell of a Boss? No, I have not. All right. Can you draw Medusa, X Pandora, and Categories? I mean, if I open commissions back up, if you want that, then fine. But actually, I do have a. What was it? One of the commissions on here was of Palutena and another character. That it was a Yuri commission. So, have I ever rejected a com before? No, but there were like 2 times where basically like someone asked for a refund, and it was kind of like one of those that's like actually just today someone asked for a refund because mainly because they needed the money back, so it was like, all right, that's fine. All right, that's fine. I'll refund. And the other time was basically, if I recall, it was like someone was like, actually I changed my mind or this or that, so it was like, all right, like I wasn't in the middle of their commission or anything, so it was pretty it was pretty early on, so it was like, all right. Will Armageddon Friday Night Funkin' mod? I mean, that's up to you guys to decide, because I don't play Friday Night Funkin'. Alrighty, I think we're good with this, so now all I gotta do is start doing this. Now, for those who have not seen my streams and everything, you're probably going to be like, why are you doing this? You'll see. So, I'm going to start drawing a couple lines in where the empty spaces are. Oh god. Jesus. Alright. I think we're good? Let's see. Alright. You can't really see right now because, again, the screen that you're seeing right now is different from the screen I'm from my screen, because there's like a whole bunch of like UI and everything that's like, you know, for brushes and everything. I don't know why it does this, but yeah. Let's see here. And bam. There we go. Have I seen Amazing Digital Circus? I have not. Here's the thing. There's a lot of things I have to catch up on, but the main thing I might start trying to catch up on is a bunch of horror movies that I have yet to get to yet. Just remember to take it easy. Don't overwork yourself. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm trying not to do. I'm trying not to overwork myself. It does happen on occasion, but I try not to. Okay. Now, let's... Again, if you guys were able to see the actual screen that I'm doing, then you would see, like, a lot of the things that I'm currently, like, doing. But, like, yeah, I'm adding more layers. I'm using one particular layer as a reference layer. Basically what that means is whenever I fill in colors and stuff like that with like the fill tool, it will determine where to fill depending on the reference layer. So right now the line art is the reference layer. So let's see. Yeah, bam. And is that the right color? Let's see. Let's look at this thing. Yeah, it kind of looks like the right color. Actually, you know what? Let me make that a little darker. Yeah, a little darker. Let's see here. Boom. You want to see my chainsaw and hockey mask? No, thank you. No, thank you. Not at all, and everything. Alright, hang on, 9. Alright, hang on, 9, 1, 1. Oh shit, what did I do? Actually, this might work. Let me know if you can still see the screen. Simpsons reference, by the way. Alright, yeah. I'm good? Okay, cool. Alright, yeah, I wouldn't catch that. Alright, yeah, I just pressed a key on the keyboard and then suddenly full screen mode. I'm just making sure because I've had so much tech trouble with just trying to get the screen to work that I'm paranoid now. So, all right, what the? There we go. All right, there we go. And then a little bit of that. Do a couple little reflections right here. Not too much though, because this is still a sketch, so you know, can't get too detailed with this. Which unfortunately I've had a habit of doing. Just with my own sketches, just you know, like for those who do art and everything, you probably know the curse of just like, all right, I'm just gonna do a quick sketch and that's it, and all of a sudden it's like, oh crap, now it's suddenly a piece, an actual like fully rendered piece and everything. All right, got that. And I think the skirt is also, yep, the skirt's also that color. So bam, got that. Do a little bit of colder shadows right here. Oh, there. So yeah, I definitely think I think once I'm done with this, I will call it that. I'll call it a night then. I am a little bummed that I couldn't get to another one, but yeah, what can you do? What can you do? I'm very thankful for this. Well, it's supposedly this is royalty-free jazz, but you know, guess I'll find out once once the stream's over. All right, I think that's good. So we're just gonna do her skin tone, which seems like this, yeah. It looks like her eyes are brownish, so let's go here. And go right here for the eyes. Oh, and a little bit of this. Remember for Super Smash Brothers? I wish. I don't know. I don't know. What would you guys think? Oh, I'm pretty sure I've asked this question before. What would you guys think her final Smash would be if she was in Smash Brothers? Actually, that looks a little too flat, so I think I'm gonna darken that a little bit over here. Yep. The Blood Moon? Yeah, probably the Blood Moon. The Blood Moon. Alright. There we go. There we go. Bam, bam, bam. Bam. No blood moon, no more blood moon. She doesn't need more trauma. I mean, here's the thing. You want to talk about trauma? K. Rool's Final Smash. That brought back trauma from me playing Donkey Kong 64. So. Because for those who never played that game, the Final Smash for K. Rool is the game over, and is basically what the game over cutscene implies in the original DK64. Yeah, that K. Rool just destroys DK Island. Her Final Smash will be her voice. Nice try, Planktoon. You know what? Yeah, no. The voice is just, like, it's basically what happens in Billy and Mandy when Mandy finally smiles. Even though she did smile in the first episode, I believe. So, it's like, you know. Like, once you remember that, it's kind of one of those things that's like, So why was her smiling a big deal? Have I watched the Final Destination movies? I have seen, I believe, 3 of them. I believe the ones I saw were the first one, the second one, and I believe the 4th one. I can't remember the top of my head. It was the one that was like they had a 3D gimmick to it, I think. And it was definitely one of those that was like, okay, yeah, I wonder if they were trying to do 3D for this one. It's like so obvious. I like the first one though. I remember liking the second one. The new one's coming out. Actually, yeah, I did. You know, the funny thing is, I found out about that when I went to the theater yesterday. When I went to see Sinners. Because yeah, they had the they had a trailer playing for that. That was 5. Whichever Final Destination it was, where the guy's in the pool, and the suction thing in the pool goes right for its, you know. This doll is so detailed. But thankfully it is a doll, so it's not as detailed as it could have been. Otherwise I might have rejected the commission. Because yeah, what was it? The first time I started doing these, one of the commissions was like, I think it was like either the first or second time I started doing these, one of the commissions was like, oh no, it was the first time I think, because one of the commissions was like this, like these two VTubers, I want to say, and the designs were so detailed, or no, one of them, the designs was so detailed that it was like, this is too much. Hence why I have that rule of, you know, keep it simple. I'm looking forward to the future Mario movies. I mean, yeah. Especially if, you know, if that one, if Lumily is hinting at anything, you know. Alright. Let's see where we're at right now. I need to back up with this. Alright, so really the only thing left is, for at least the OC side, is her socks, and then I could just go to the toy that Irma's holding and, you know, sprucing up the background a little bit, and then that'll be it for tonight. Alright. So, what was the color of... Oh, got it. So, and actually, yeah. So, let me get the color for this. Let's see here. What year was Irma born in? I mean, it fluctuates. It's kind of like when, like, Marvel, when Marvel, like, or DC, you know, fluctuate the time and everything of when certain things took place. So, it's kind of one of those situations. At least for now. You know, maybe, you know, for all we know, you know, we might change that later, but, you know, for now, it's just that. Do you only do urban cleaner? It's usually whenever I feel like it. Here's the thing, guys. A lot of questions like that, where it's like, do you just draw this on this time, or just whenever you feel like it? The answer is likely going to be whenever I feel like it. What inspired you to make Irma? Okay, so I think I've told this story plenty of times, but what Irma originally was a college project. In a class that I was in at our college called the Not Normal class, which basically, it was literally just talking about subject matter that people usually consider not normal. It was basically the final project, which was like make an art piece based on a subject that fits that description, and also a presentation. The presentation was whatever. It was... so I tackled monsters. By the way, Sweet Upon, you keep saying that. It feels like you're trying to egg me on to do it. which, you know. But anyway, yeah. So Irma was basically that project. Originally, now here's the thing. I don't know if I've said this plenty of times whenever I talk about the story, but originally the comic was gonna be one of those typical like, oh, everyone, including the children, were afraid of her, are afraid of her, but they soon find out that she's a nice kid and everything. But the thing is, that story has been told plenty of times, and even the Glassmates pointed that out, and it was kind of one of those, and a couple of them actually suggested like, well, what if she's the cool girl? Or just something along those lines, and I was kind of like, and that kind of like put me at thought, and it was like, yeah. So, taking inspiration from stuff like, say, the Addams Family or Casper the Friendly Ghost and everything, yeah, it kind of just led to that, where it was like, you know what? Yeah, what if it was one of those things where it's just like, the kids like her. In fact, the kids think her powers are cool and everything. It's the adults that were afraid. So, and that kind of led to that. You're the one who did with the amphibia commission. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Okay, look, PY, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Trying to get that done was kind of like, ugh, for me, just because I don't usually do military designs for a reason, and it is because it gets so detailed to the point where it's like, ugh. So I don't know. I might have to add another rule, another don't. But I'm glad you at least liked your commission. I'm glad you seem to have at least liked your commission. But man, that kind of took a lot out of me doing that one. So yeah, just giving you that heads up right now, just in case you try to get me to do another one of those. But yeah, let me see here. Bam. Is my mic on? Is my mic on? Just making sure. Yes, it is. Okay, someone's messing with me. Who's your least favorite Irma character? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Actually. Because that's the thing, it's like, I don't know, what... that's the thing, I don't know. I actually don't know if I have a least favorite. What should I even do for this one? I don't know. Do you design all your characters? I mean, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. As a matter of fact, whenever you see a new character in, say, the Tales of Outcast, where someone else is doing the art, usually me and Gator will sit down and like we'll hash out and like design specific characters for specific stories. So even when they're drawn by other people, usually we're doing the designs, and we then have them do their own like version of it. And yeah, make whatever changes needed, and then boom. just about done with this. So, yeah, okay. I'm looking at the screen right now. So I think, yeah, we're close to being done with this. I think the only thing really left to do... Actually, you know what? I'm going to do one other thing. Again, just because the way... With how kind of flat this looks, it's kind of bothering me. So I'm just going to do, like, flat, like, black shadowing for this. Since this seems to be, yeah, a black t-shirt, so might as well, right? What show or comic would you like Irma to have a crossover with? Ooh, that's a... That's an interesting question. I mean, here's the thing. I guess this wouldn't make sense, but in terms of Irma's origins, for me it makes sense. Because this is where Irma got her name from. The Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That is where I got Irma's name from. I had a bunch of different names for the character, and Irma stuck. Because there's a character in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, usually in the cartoons, named Irma, but spelled with an I. The proper way to spell it. That was the one thing. Yeah, that was the one thing. Technically, the way I spell Irma is a misspelling, but I kind of just stuck with it just because it's like, hey, when you look it up, there you go. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're good here. So now, the only thing that's left to do is to put a good color in for this. So, what's the overall color scheme of this character? It looks like it's like red. Let's see. Nah, not purple because this. This kind of looks alright. Let's see. Alright, so now this is the part where I just try to make up a good background color or something, or good simple little background. So maybe what I will do is because right now, yeah, it's looking a little flat. Maybe if I just do a border around this thing. Let's see. Can I try this? Let's see. Again, I gotta try not to be too fancy with this stuff, just because, you know, it's still a sketch at the end of the day. But let me see. Oh god, I'm blanking right now. Hang on. All right, there we go. So. Maybe I'll do something like this. Bring it down a little bit. I don't know if anyone can see this, but bam. And then something like this. Bam. And then are Ina and Kenji dating right now? Not right now. Now, when will they? I don't know. Wait. Crap. Hang on. There we go. Sorry. It's something on my end. Bam. There we go. And you know what? I'm gonna do one other thing. Okay, one more thing. One more thing. Do you have a particular voice for Irma? I think we've discussed this before. Like whenever Gator was here and we, guys, are you repeating questions that we've answered on the stream before? Now I'm accusing you of things. Putting words in your mouth. No, I think we had discussed this before. And I think what I said was I'd probably just because Gator was making like a joke answer, but I think my answer was just like just. Oh yeah, it was just like I would just get the girl who played Samara, and also I believe she played Lilo in Lilo and Stitch. I know she's older now, but you know, just get her to do a voice if I ever wanted to do a voice for Irma at all. Which you know, you guys are not getting it. You're not getting it ever. And by the way, Red Dead Spider, I'm gonna need you to slow it down on that question because you've spammed it so many times, including you, Evelyn, because I've seen that question a lot. Both of you, you gotta chill, okay? If you're talking about the harvest again, like I said, that's one of the things we are trying to finish up. It's going a little slow right now, but yeah. You know what? I just realized something. With this piece that I just realized something. So, you guys can't see it, but you know what? I'm going to do a reference real quick. So, I just realized, and this is just a little detail that I've noticed. So, for the glove, it ends right here. I need to do a little line right here. So, let's go back in real quick. And once I finish this up, we're good to go. Oh, crap. Get rid of the blue. It's the little details that you notice, like, once, like, you actually, like, fully look at the piece. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. We never knew of Emiko's power level. How powerful is she? She's as powerful as however we need to make her. Yeah, you're fine for now, Spot. It's one of those things that's just like, you know, chill for a second as I try to get a bunch of stuff done. So the last thing I'm gonna see if this looks good or not. Oh god, now I'm starting to burp. But I'm trying not to burp, just so that the stream doesn't turn like nasty or anything. For your convenience. So, what about Chloe? Chloe, we want to do more with. As a matter of fact, we're kind of trying to see if we can do some more. I'm not going to get into details of like what exactly that is, because it's not set in stone yet. But we are trying to do something. I mean, I don't know. Okay, so real quick, guys. How does this look to you? What do you think? With the glow or without the glow? With or without? Which one looks better to you? With, without. With, without. With the glow? Alright, I'm seeing a lot of the glow. So I will keep it to the glow then. Alright, alright. So I believe, let's see. I'm gonna look at the character real quick. Is there anything else? I guess the only other thing I could probably do to this character, which actually might make this look a little better, let's see, is this. It's the gloves. So maybe if I do this, because one of the references here shows the gloves are sleeveless, are like fingerless. So maybe that might actually make this look stand out just the slightest bit more. So let's try it real quick. And then after that, we'll be done for the day. And yeah, let's see. Oh god! What the hell? All right, I need to put the reference layer back on. Let us see here. Bam, bam, bam. Also down here. Ba-bam. And let's see. That kind of looks a little better. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like that more. Alright. I believe we are done. Alright, so, yeah, since we're done, so, just gonna do the signature. Let's see, I'll probably put it right over here. Alright, yeah, I believe we're done. Cool. Yeah, I'm just now looking at it on like the screen and everything. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, we're proud of that. So, for that, yeah, I will be sending this out to the person who commissioned this tonight. And after that, yeah, I think that'll be it for me for now. Oh, you know what? I just remembered something. I just remembered. Because there's one detail I completely forgot about. It's a good thing I checked. Because also, you know what? It's a good thing I'm checking right now because also I'm noticing some things. I'm noticing some things. Sorry to keep you guys here, but yeah, I did say once I'm done with this, we'll be good. So, here is the thing that I completely forgot about. In the description, it says that, let's see, that both the characters have balloons on their wrists. I don't know how the heck I missed that. But yeah, okay. So let me bring this back here. How the hell did I miss that? Alright. Let's get these balloons done. And then we'll end the stream. So I think I could probably cheat and just do this. Yeah. Yeah, because the way the balloons are described here, I can kind of cheat and just do this. I don't even know if you guys can fully see that, but here we go. Yeah, because it's like, they're not like typical balloons. It's like these like bouncy, it's like these bouncy balls that I'm looking at. So, alright. I think that might be good. Let's resize that just a slight little bit so it doesn't get too cramped. So, alright. Let's see here. Yep. So, all I gotta do is find the right pencil. And actually, again, I'm kind of cheap. I just doing that. All this talk of me cheating and everything is just like, it's just me trying. Just whatever gets the art piece done. That's the way it's gotta be. All right. Are there more wallpapers to come? Yeah, I have an idea for the next Patreon wallpaper, so I gotta get on that. And actually, speaking of the wallpapers, so a while ago I did a sale for like the very old wallpapers and everything, just for like everyone else to try to get a hold of, and that was like a limited time thing. I'm actually thinking of doing that again with some more wallpapers, with some more old wallpapers. So. Yeah, that's a plan that I kind of want to do. It'll probably be priced around the same amount as like the last pack. So, you know, I guess keep an eye out for that when I get around to that. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. So, that, bam, bam. So, here's where the weirdness starts. Merge down. Don't really need to do that, but reference layer. Going here. Again, I wish it actually showed what I'm doing right now, just so you can actually fully see it. And what the actual hell is going on over here? Wait, what happened over here? Is this piece falling apart at the seams? Let me see here. Oh. Wait a minute. Wait. Again, you can't see what I'm seeing right now, but I am trying to like to select everything and like do this. So, bam, got it. All that, there's a lot of work that just went into doing that. And actually, then now that I did that, I have to do also, I have to get rid of the original glow. And basically make a new one. Again, if you saw how I'm doing this, yeah, it's a lot, but still. Bam. Alright. So now all I gotta do is just do the right colors that they wanted. So they wanted Irma to have a red one, a red balloon, and they wanted the OC to have a purple balloon. So let's go around this color. And the purple being this color. So let's see here. Yeah, something around there. So that. Alright. Now that that's done, what I'm going to do is just do a couple little bits of reflection here. And that well, hang on. Actually, hang on. Right before the... Again, with the hang-ons, but something happened over here, and I gotta fix it. I don't know what happened. There, okay. I'm just gonna look real quick to see if there's anything else. It doesn't look like there is. Oh. Now I see it. I see it. Again, it's one of these. You gotta keep checking. You gotta check them, just to be sure. Oh man, the last bits of this were kind of a cluster, but that comes with the job. All right. I think that's it. Yes, that is it. Truly, that is finally it. Okay. All right. That's off, that's off, that's off. Yep. Everything's good. Cool. Alrighty. Alright, that should be it then for tonight's stream. Again, I want to try to do more of these. And again, if I do more of these, I might try one of those things that artists do, where it's like they like have a little thing opened for like random $10 like just rough sketch requests and everything for the stream itself. Maybe that's an idea. That is an idea that's in my head at the moment, but yeah, so tomorrow, that'll be it for today's stream. And again, if you are a top tier patron on the Outcast Patreon and everything, tomorrow is going to be the top tier patron stream, which should be at 2 p.m. Central Time. So if you're a top tier patron, stop on by, and I'll be getting a little more into the behind the scenes stuff. We'll be going over, at the very least, where I'm currently at right now with the next story arc and everything. Again, for those who didn't see the webtoons post and everything, I have, or weren't here earlier, I have been been getting some lack of motivation and everything, which has been coming back and everything, and I'm starting to build back up again so I can actually truly get into the next story arc and onwards for Irma. So other than that, yeah, so but yeah, that'll be it for today. And yeah, thank you all for the support, and thank you, and again, thank you to everyone who came in clutch with the commissions. Again, these will take time, but I will make sure that you guys get them. So yeah, that'll be it. Yeah. Good night, and be good people. Take care.